Men cannot comprehend women being single by choice, because men are not single by choice. Anytime you see a single woman and you don't like anything she has to say, what's the first thing men say to her? Oh, that's why you'll always be single. That's why you'll never get a man. No wonder you're not in a relationship. It's not an insult. This is a choice. We can have that. It's not difficult to get a man. You literally just walk out there, first man you speak to, whether he's single or not, he will give you attention. Okay, if I need to get somebody's number, I don't even need to speak to them. And I've done this before in a club to get a number for somebody else. I just look at the man and say, are you single? He says yes. I give him my phone with the keypad ready. He types it in. I get his name. Done. It's that easy. Men are not hard work. They're not hard to get. Women are the prize. Women that know their worth, have self-respect, that know who they are, that know they want and deserve princess treatment, that love themselves to the point of obsession and actually treat themselves like a princess and give themselves everything they want. Those women are difficult to get. Those women are the prize. It is not difficult to get a man. It is not difficult to get several men. If you want that, it's very easy for a woman to get that. So telling us we're going to end up single or that's why we haven't got a man just shows your lack of intelligence, just shows your lack of awareness of the world we live in. It's not difficult to get men. You are not the prize, babe.
Ever since being single, I've really realized how much people pity single people. Like every time I say I'm single, everyone has to say like, don't worry, you're gonna find your person, a man will come, like don't worry. Girl, I'm not worried. I'm actually not worried, like in the slightest. I'm actually really happy. I'm actually really free. I'm actually really enjoying my time. I'm actually self-sufficient. I can take care of myself. I pay my own bills. I'm actually good. This like weird idea that like, don't worry, your life will start when you find a man is so weird to me. Like my life has started. My life is thriving actually. And when a man comes, sure, I'll be excited. Sure, I love like a little attention, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, I'm not sitting here waiting for life to get good when I finally meet the one. You know what I mean? Like, I'm the one. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm the one, guys. We don't have to feel bad. So next time people say they're in a relationship, I think I'm going to be like, oh, don't worry. Don't worry. You'll feel that breath of fresh air again one day. Don't worry, maybe you guys will break up. Don't worry.
I'm sorry, but one of the easiest ways to tell that you hate yourself is if you're one of the people out here that are stressed about being single and then you project onto other people, why are you single? Oh my God. Because in your mind, being single is a death sentence. Like, I am suffering being single. I feel lonely. I feel horrible. You know, having a partner is the best thing that could ever happen in my life. So why are you single? That's what you're saying. You are telling on yourself, because people that are single by choice, people that know, you know, I could go outside and get a boyfriend in 0.25 seconds, but I'd rather be single to ensure that I'm filtering these people, I'm vetting these people, I'm making sure their character rises to the occasion. Yeah. I don't have low self-esteem, babe, because I'm single. Most of the time, the people that are in relationships have low self-esteem and are with somebody they don't even like because they do not enjoy their own company. And because they need to lay next to a corpse with a pulse, because that's all your relationship is, versus being by yourself and working on who you are and knowing that eventually you'll find a partner. And even if you don't, you will be fine. You will be great because you're great as you are. And the funny thing is, it's usually men that I hear saying this. Why are you single? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Because a lot of your worth as a man, in your opinion, is having a woman. But you also believe that women are objects. So having a woman is like a goal, you know, oh, you know, I get a job, I make money, and then I get a woman, like an object, this thing that you need to attain in your life to reach this level. No, babe. People with self-esteem don't feel that way because we're on a planet with billions of people. It's not hard to find someone to be with. So please stop projecting your self-hatred onto people who enjoy their own company and are not going to sacrifice it just because they don't like being alone. I'm alone, but I'm not lonely. Big difference.
I'm sorry, but I love being a single mom. I prefer being a single mom. I've done the whole baby mama, baby daddy thing, being a couple right from the hospital, moving in together with our kid. I just don't like it. I don't like having to wake up, feed a man, feed my baby, and I don't eat till what? Noon? Constantly have to do everything. Have two babies, a grown ass man baby, and then take care of my kid. Like, no, I like just being by myself with my kid, taking care of my kid, just living life. I like not having to give my body to a man every damn day or whenever the hell they want it. I like not having to give my throat to a man every day. Like, I'm just chilling. Being celibate, doing me, and taking care of my daughter. I love it. It's peaceful. It's so peaceful. Some girls have good baby daddies, good partners, and they like it. But me personally, I don't want a boyfriend. I don't want a man. I can die peacefully, living peacefully. Like, we're just out here chilling. I blew up a whole pole thing for her, and now I'm just chilling, sitting here, chilling peacefully, not having to worry about no fucking man. I like being a single mom personally, and I even prayed before I had a kid to God, give me a baby without the man, and it worked out in my favor. I love it. I love being a single mom.
Let me tell you something. I used to think when women with children used to say things like, oh, I haven't dated since me and the baby father broke up. I've been single for a year, 2 years, 3 years. I used to think that was cap. Like, you lying. Ain't no way. I'm kind of starting to believe it, and here's why. I'm starting to believe it because now that I'm responsible for my children, I understand how hard it is for a woman when she has to take care of your children, provide for them, laugh, smile, be a strong woman in front of your children, put on a smile, and still go through things in your personal life. You're going through a heartbreak with somebody. Somebody is hurting you on the side. Somebody is messing with your mind. Somebody's playing games with you. And you're going through that while you have to take care of your children. It's like the hardest thing somebody has to go through. Because now that I'm fully responsible for my children at this moment, I don't even want nobody around me. Like, I don't even want to talk to nobody. I don't want to deal with nobody because I don't want nobody stressing me out. How am I supposed to be able to take my son out? You know, how am I supposed to be able to play games with them, to laugh with them, to smile with them, to joke with them, to interact with them and put a smile on, while on the opposite ends, I got somebody playing games with me. I got somebody hurting me. I got somebody messing with my mind. Don't nobody want to deal with that. And you know, I understand why women will want to stay away from those kind of situations because I don't want to put myself in that situation. Especially if you know that you get emotional about things. Especially if you know that you're a loving person. Especially if you know you give your all and you give your heart. For somebody to come around now and play games with you while you got a parent and do your responsibilities, don't nobody want to deal with that. Like, I understand because, you know, me dealing with my kids now and have to take care of my kids now, all I want to do is focus on my kids. All I want to do is make sure that they good. And I want to make sure that they're happy. I want to show that I could be a responsible parent. And I don't want nobody coming around trying to break my heart or trying to mess with my mind while I'm trying to do my due diligence. You know, these kids need your time. They need your attention. You know, they don't deserve to see their parent unhappy or sad in any way, shape, or form. So now that I'm going through this, I completely understand. And if I've ever told a woman before that you a liar, you a damn liar, you know you ain't been single, hey, listen, I'm sorry. I apologize. Now I realize why y'all would stay away from a relationship or avoid men at the time when you're taking care of your babies, because don't nobody want to have to be going through this shit while you're trying to be happy and while you're trying to be a parent. It's like, it's just something that people don't want to have to do.
I think a lot of us women now are at this point in our lives where we've done the healing work and we're so content and at peace and at ease with our lives that now when people come in, we're asking them, are you coming in to interrupt our peace? Or are you coming in to add value to our lives? Because if you're not coming in to add value, but just disrupt us and take from us, we're good. We're not afraid of being alone anymore. We're actually tired of having people come in and take from us and not give back anything. leaving us empty, questioning things, feeling confused, feeling tired, feeling drained. We're over it. So unless you're coming in to add value, leave us alone. Thank you.
This is a pretty unpopular opinion, but I'm going to say it because it just needs to be said. It's not single women that keep other women single. It's the women in relationships and marriages that keep single women single. Like, the women in relationships just aren't making the relationships look appealing. A lot of women in these relationships look dried out. They look fussed out, tired. They look like they've had enough. And they just don't make relationships look worthwhile. They look drained and they don't look that happy. And as single women that are friends to these women, we're just looking like we don't think that's something that we want to deal with. It just doesn't seem appealing. Just doesn't, something about it just doesn't tickle my fancy, you know? And that's not every woman. Of course, it's not every woman. Of course, there's plenty of women that are in happy and loving relationships, and their men are all that they ever imagined to be. And I love that for them. But it's not the single people keeping single people single. It's the people in relationships that are keeping the single people single. The things that we have to hear about, the things that we have to see, it just doesn't seem worth it. It just doesn't.
The happiest people are single women and married men. They're the two happiest groups of people always.
Single women
and married men
are the happiest.
But the happiest groups of people, like not married women. Married women like end up doing all the jobs, and married women aren't happier than single women. Single women are happier than married women. And married men are really happy because they get everything done for them.
You guys need to learn how to stay single. If you are constantly going from relationship to relationship, never being single, never being on your own, I'm just gonna say it out loud, there's a problem there. There's a problem. Now, I'm not hating on relationships. Relationships can be beautiful, wonderful, loving, amazing, exciting, all of that. But if you constantly find yourself needing to always be in a relationship and never taking some time to just be on your own, what's going on? What is going on? Let me tell you something, okay? The most important relationship in anyone's life, it's not the one you have with your boyfriend or your girlfriend, your husband or your wife, your siblings, your parents. No, the most important relationship you're gonna have is the one you have with yourself. And if that relationship you have with yourself is not a good one, that shit is gonna reflect in all of your other relationships in life. I always get asked, like, how are you so confident? How are you so sure about yourself? That is because I have spent extended amount of times on purpose choosing to be single so that I can figure out what I want. Because a lot of people ask me, how do you know what you want? Because I actually sat down with myself. I sat down with myself when it felt uncomfortable and stood and sat in that uncomfortableness and figured out what I want. That's the whole point. The whole point of figuring out who you are is going through things that make you uncomfortable. If you are constantly in relationships, I'm just gonna say it, you have no personality except for involving this other person. Who are you? Who are you outside of a relationship? Because those are two different people, honestly. Me personally, every time I end a long-term relationship, I stay single on purpose for a year. I give myself a year because I just, honestly, I feel like I need to recalibrate my entire system. That's how I feel. And also I just want time to myself. I also feel like, let's say I were to choose to date, it wouldn't be fair to my future partner if I am not settled. Like if I haven't sorted out whatever I needed to sort out from my last relationship, and then I bring that shit into my new relationship. That's not fair to whoever I choose to date next, right? I honestly think it's a very, very important thing to just be alone for a bit and not be in a relationship for a bit. Those periods of my life have been the most enlightening and transformative for me. I learned so much about myself, and I just gained a newfound sense of confidence and understanding about my soul. It really is that deep. It is. You need to learn how to enjoy your own company, because in this life, it is impossible to have someone with you 24/7. Personally, I would get annoyed if someone was with me 24/7, but I personally think it's a huge red flag if you just can't be on your own. Because you know what that tells me? That tells me that you don't really like yourself that much. And that's not, everyone should like themselves. Like, you need to learn how to love yourself before you love somebody else. And also, if you don't know who you are, how are you gonna know what you want in a partner or what you're looking for in a partner, right? The more you know yourself, the more clearer like the picture becomes in your head. But if you are constantly going from relationship to relationship, blah, 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 what are we doing? Where are we going? What's happening, right? Like, come on. Just stay single for a bit. Like, you're not gonna, like, it's gonna be okay. Yeah.
Who the fuck wants a man in their house? I wouldn't. I just think about having a husband and I'm like, no thanks.
I don't understand why women are with men at all.
I just think, okay, if that's what you want to do with your life.
In order to actually decenter men, you have to get to the root of what men do for your ego. We talk all the time about toxic masculinity, but we never mention toxic femininity, and it's a big problem. The feminine ego manifests itself in a myriad of ways that we don't ever talk about. I don't really want to get too far into that, but if you're having a hard time decentering men, you have to get to the root of what men provide for your ego and then provide that for yourself. Do you look for reassurance, stability, safety, protection? Is it a power thing? Do you just want to know that you have power over men? The Jezebel spirit. Because if it's that you just like to have power over men, that means that you have externalized your own power. And you're using an object outside of yourself in order to reclaim that power. If you've followed my page for a while, you know that my fundamental philosophy, the vantage point, the worldview through which I filter everything that I have to talk about, is that everything external to yourself is a projection of the self that has not been integrated. So if you are seeking a father figure, you need to integrate the inner father figure, the inner masculine. If you are seeking validation, you need to self-validate. If you're seeking love and affection and there's a neediness, you have to provide that for yourself. You've got to stop using objects to elicit an inner state. That's literally the definition of externalizing your power. You're giving your power away to an external object because you can't self-sustain. And I'm here to remind you that you don't have to use objects to summon a state. This is the whole gig. You gotta get good at self-sustaining, at conjuring a state without using external objects to get there. You have to learn to love yourself all the way. Why aren't you loving on yourself? Why aren't you laying down to bed at night and holding yourself? Why would you wait for that? Because then you're at the mercy, again with the codependency, you're at the mercy of finding someone to fulfill that for you and making the concessions that come along with, whoever happens to fill the void for the time being. I can't in good conscience condone that. You don't need the object. Get there. You want to feel secure? Get there. You don't need a man for security. You don't need a man to make you feel powerful, to make you feel beautiful, to make you feel whatever. Feel it right now. As Terence McKenna said, you've been hurled into the abyss only to discover that it's a featherbed. What could go wrong? What could go wrong? This is the practice of the truly powerful. To summon a state at will makes you the most powerful person on earth because you need nothing. You need nothing. You don't need evidence to confirm what you already know. That's the most powerful position there is in this realm. And it's not about an ego trip. It's about remembering that you're the source. You're it. And again, this isn't about never dating. You know, decentering men is not about lifelong celibacy if you don't want it to be. It's about coming into a relationship not needing anything, not being needy or codependent, and not waiting for a relationship to fulfill you. It's the neediness that keeps us in less than ideal situations. No more wasting time. No. The best or nothing. So, to circle it back around, if you want to decenter men, analyze clearly what it is that men provide for your ego, and then work to provide that for yourself.
I think that a lot of men think that they're more of a prize than what they really are. This is the thing.
Heavy on that.
Men really think that women are jealous of the woman that they choose to be like their quote unquote main. And what they don't realize is that a lot of single women are so much happier single because they don't have to deal with the mess from a man. I don't have to be worried about what's going on a man's phone. I don't have to worry about catching a sexually transmitted disease because he decides to cheat.
Heavy on it.
I don't have to worry about any type of stress because I'm not with a man that's cheating, and I'm not with a man, period. I feel like men try to make it seem like they're this God's gift to the earth, and they don't realize like y'all aren't. And women don't actually want to be your wife, or women don't want to be your main. Like we're not worried about it.
Let's get something straight. Women aren't single because they're broken, unworthy, or impossible to love. They're single because they're done playing a rigged game. See, an intelligent woman isn't out here searching for validation from a relationship. She already knows her worth. And that's exactly why the dating pool looks like a puddle to her. Because most men aren't offering her anything she doesn't already have. Let's be real. When a woman has her own money, her own peace, and her own purpose, what exactly is she supposed to be impressed by? A good morning text? A man who wants her to be his emotional rehab? A situationship disguised as a vibe? Man, please. The truth is, most men expect women to settle for inconsistency, half effort, and the bare minimum, while demanding loyalty, submission, and endless patience in return. But intelligent women have figured it out. A relationship should be an asset, not a liability. If she has to lower her standards, shrink herself, or babysit a grown man's ego just to keep a relationship, then that's not a partnership. That's a prison sentence. And let's talk about the real reason men get mad at women like this. It's not because they're single, it's because they're single by choice. A woman who refuses to settle disrupts the whole system. She makes men have to show up differently. She exposes the fact that love isn't scarce. Quality love is. So to the women out there who are choosing themselves over mediocrity, keep going. Let them call you difficult. Let them call you intimidating. Let them call you too much. Just remember that being too much for the wrong man will never be your problem. And to the men who are triggered by this, ask yourself why. Because a confident, secure man wouldn't see a woman with standards as a threat. He'd see her as a challenge worth rising to. And remember, ladies, accept nothing less than queen treatment.
Why do we not appreciate being single? It is the only time in your life where you can genuinely be selfish. You can be as selfish as you want. It's all about you. You don't have to text someone, hey baby, I'm going here. I'll be back at this time. No, bitch. I'm staying out as long as I fucking want to. You can go home and watch your own show that you want. You don't have to sit there, what do you want to watch? What do you want to watch? I don't care what you want to watch, actually. I could never care less. I want to watch what I want to watch. If you don't like it, fuck off. Sorry. I can do whatever I want. I can go travel and not have to worry about, oh, who's going to be there? What are you going to do? What are you gonna... It's just like genuinely all about you. And then, okay, maybe you're happy. Maybe you have a boyfriend. Maybe you have a husband. Then you have kids. Oh my God. Mommy, I need this. Mommy, I want that. Like, shut up. I'm trying to watch Love Island. Like, why do I have to get up to provide for you? Like, as a mom, you have the entire rest of your life to do things for other kids. Oh my God. You guys can't even fathom that. I can't even fathom that. For the rest of your life, you have to clock in. Fuck that. That sounds like hell. I mean, obviously you like the kids, but like literally being single, well, I guess you might be single with kids, but I just mean like when you're young and single, like love it. Appreciate it. Stop trying to find a boyfriend. I also need more single people in my life because why does everyone have a goddamn boyfriend? You have the rest of your life to be taken. Appreciate the time that you're single.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how come nobody talks about the numbness you feel once God himself had to pull you out of a situation. Like, did he get rid of my give a fuck senses? Like, because I don't be giving not one. I don't want to grow old with 8 kids. I don't even like kids. I know at some point I'm going to have to give a fuck. I just don't know what point that's going to be. Because right now I don't give a fuck.